So I need to not summon my drone, because that reduces his cooldown things. I need to use haste on him, actually. To use haste on Blitz. That will give him more turns. If I get him closer, we should be able to see what he's doing. Fuck, that costs 2 AP to do. Bollocks. Well, he'll be able to do it next turn. Put the armour straight on myself. Increase accuracy on Glory, I think. Lasts for 6 rounds, which is quite a long time. Matrix bullshit again as well. But I should be able to lock out the enemy reinforcements from this room, so here it goes. I don't want you to have a turn button. I don't think that'll hit Gloria. Fucking missed completely, never mind. Won't hit Glory if it don't hit anybody. An arrow. So, oh, that makes him move forward. Oh well. still have 1 AP to summon and attack it. Oh, I can actually put that there. That might help me. Yep, do that. And for the first time ever, let's use Explode. Self-destruct. It didn't fully kill them. I really thought if I used self-destruct, it would kill some regular mooks. Foolish of me, apparently. Oh shit, that big guy's charging something. That's worrying. That kills them. Oh, that's the only one I can target. I can't reach the other guy. Oh well. I haven't seen the scary guy target anything before. White sparkly I see. Sparky I see. Still alive. Come on, don't miss. Yes! Right, we can press the I don't want any security reinforcements now. Yay! Which will mean that other fight won't take as long. To be honest, a lot of what was taking so long was the lag. Oh, his basic attack damage has increased. He does 75 damage instead of 50 damage now.
Ah, okay.
Makes quite a difference, actually. Well, that's Gloria. I do not want to hit Gloria. So much health. I'm trying to eviscerate this one.
Just get a bit of evisceration, that's the
truth. 43%. 43%. Not a good chance, but it worked. Oh, his wound's only 1. Might as well heal himself. Oh, Gloria needs a heal. Ooh, that hurt. Did I turn on? Yes, I did turn on another stream. Just having a moment of that. To be fair, I wouldn't have actually missed much. That's a pretty piss poor hit chance. Let's get closer, see if that helps. So I only need... I'd like to think that'll increase my hit chance. Yeah, 83% instead of 20%. Little bit better. Just a little bit. It still didn't aim where it was meant to. Increasing the accuracy on something that's going to die. Oh, he made me vulnerable to all incoming damage plus 25.
No. Very nice.
It isn't very nice, no. Flanking? I think it will. Yes. Right. I could have sworn I was saving while I was in the Matrix. Maybe that doesn't count. But it's for the best, actually, because I did relatively poorly. Got to redo it but better, because I felt like I'd been cheated anyway, but I've been cheated out of a lot of time since it restarted me. But at least it's not a game that only has autosaves, because that could brick your whole run, which is why I don't particularly care for games that only autosave. I think there should always be a manual save. Just, well, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, I think it was. I lost like 20 hours of progress because the autosave corrupted. And I don't think there was a power cut or anything, it just shit its pants. And yeah, Simon speedran us back up to that point, which is very kind of him, but bullshit, that should have never been a thing that needed to be thought about at all. Yeah, it's 92, I'm going to slash you up a minute. Actually, you've got lots of armour. Use Frey armour first. 2 AP damage. That killed him outright. Nice. Oh, I'm actually severely wounded. Well, not severely. 17. Somewhat wounded. Oh! I was thinking he has way more AP than usual. The haste that he had active, I think, applied in the Matrix as well. too far away. Oh yeah, she has a gun. I never use her gun because in comparison to her slashy hands, it's garbage. If I was smart, I would have used aim first. That I was not that smart. Slashy, 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 slashy. Like another slash. Right, mark the target first. Then shoot him. Also missed. Missed again. From the description your client gave you, this must be your target, the rigger, Thorvald Einstead. You can see him waving and pounding on the plastic of his cell door. From where you're standing, the scene is eerily silent. He looks like he's had a rough go of things. One of his eyes has been blackened and his lower lip is split wide open. Not particularly surprising, given the temperament of his captors. The only incongruous element is his outfit. He's decked out, head to toe, in patched black riding leathers. A pair of oversized studded combat boots shine in the halogen glare of the cell's lighting panels. Lighting, even. From his style of dress, it's obvious this dwarf is not a corporate employee. He's a ShadowRunner. This ain't some corporate goon boss. Look at him, he's one of us. There, but for the grace of God, eh, love? What that means. Floria's eyes remain fixed on the rigger, who continues to hammer impotently on the door of his cell. Something like that. I don't know what the holding sound or is. Thanks, I'm keeping my head down till the lead stops. We freed you, mate. Door slides open and the stench of stale sweat assaults your nostrils. Instead steps forward, his bloody lips curled into a smile. The soles of his boots squeak on the polished tile floor. Free at last, thank Christ. Didn't think I'd warrant a rescue. Whoever sent you, thank you for him. Oh, there's no option to say I was... oh well. I don't want to kill him. I will just tell you the truth, I guess. That's the least evil of all three of these options, would you agree?
Yeah.
Whoa there, Chief. I don't know what your client told you. Said you botched a run, went loud too early and got a lot of people killed. Us? We botched the run? That's bullshit, man. We did everything we were supposed to, like always. It was that bastard's bad intel that got us hung out to dry. Sounds familiar? Please, hear me out. I promise I'll make it worth your while if you do. Couldn't hurt hear what he has to say. Ah! You can see the terror in his eyes. Go ahead, talk. Alright, okay. So we go in, right? Me and my team. And we're just doing what the client told us to do. Oh. ShadowRunner etiquette actually having an option for the first time I've ever seen. Well, the bastard forgot to mention that Farmer had a knight-errant security contract for the place. He told us it would be little, if any, resistance. So imagine our surprise when knight-errant response team kicked in the door and unloaded on us. Did you kill the lobster? I don't think he did. None of these are nice options. Did you kill the lobster? That's bullshit. They attacked us. And then the Knight Errant showed up and everything went to hell. Look, I can see you're skeptical, I get that. I can't blame you for it either. You don't know me from Adam. But I know one thing that you will understand. I'd like to offer you a trade. I've got a little toy hidden away. Managed to stash it before the Knight Errant pukes took me. My own design, totally one of a kind. I call it a pain inducer. Grade A fun for the runner who has everything. I guarantee you'll never find another. You let me live, it's all yours. I'll put a fucking ribbon on it for you. Then I'll disappear. Never bother any of you ever again. Scout's honor. Boss, I love new toys as much as the next guy, but we need the money more. 15,000 new jobs don't grow on trees. 15, huh? I can match that. Let me live, I'll pay your wage, plus the inducer. Hell, you'd even tell your client I'm dead and bill him. Double your earnings. What do you think about that? What does a pain inducer do? It's a narrowband microwave projector. Causes debilitating pain in a target and screws with the electrical systems of drones and the like. Think of it like a taser, only a lot easier to use and meaner, and a whole lot more fun. Well, I've got a spare weapon slot. I haven't spec'd into tasers though. I think they're a separate skill tree. How'd you come by 15 grand? In a big payday a while back. Put cash in a rainy day fund. Trust me, pal, I can pay you the money. You help me out, I'll transfer it to you myself. We just need to get back to the room where I stashed my PDA. Well, he's a Shadowrunner, so I believe him more than I believe his corporate boss, but I might get stabbed in the ass here. Let's see. Let's get you out of here. You won't regret it, friend. Promise. Kieran, you think you're going to regret it? Slows to a stop at the window. His eyes are locked on a stack of corpses piled up on the cell floor. My old team. Sorry, sons of bitches. Bet they never thought I'd be the last man standing. Why not? Usually right in the thick of the action. Easy to got shot under those circumstances. If I hadn't been downstairs when KE smashed in, I'd be in that pile with them. Yeah, riggers don't normally go into the fray. Well, I ain't that kind of rigger. Drones ain't my thing so much. So you're a getaway driver? Vehicle riggers are even less likely to be found at the front lines. Oh, we're going to find out he's full of shit. Nah, I'm a spider. My speciality is taking over building systems. To do that, I need to find a data tap. And to do that, I need to charge in on with the rest of the team. Don't daggers usually do that? Yeah, they often do, but they don't do it well, mind you. But they do. Daggers can manage a building, sure, but when I rig a security system, I become the building. Anything hardwired into the system becomes part of me. Turrets, doors, elevators, you name it. And then, it's time to get creative. I think we might have seen some signs of creativity on the way up there. Might have, can't say one way or another until you show me what you're talking about. I wonder if he ripped the... Anyway, we should probably get moving, don't you think? Kieran's going to say something, or Kieran holding in thoughts. Don't want to be here when more of those Knight Errant bastards show up. I'm going to be getting, what was it in The Witcher? I was like, oh, the ghost just wants to see her boyfriend again. Why has she got blood on her clothes? Must have just fell over or something. Am I being a dumbass again? Probably. I don't have the option to examine these rooms again. So you hurry past the scene of carnage in the operating theatre. A peculiar smile crosses the rigger's face. He slows to a stop, then points at the dismembered body on the other side of the glass. Is this your handiwork? He looks you dead in the eye, and for a moment his expression remains unchanged. Then his smile broadens. A stream of giggles comes pouring out of him. Okay, yeah, you caught me. This was one of mine. Couldn't tell you how excited I was to see this stuff. Such incredible toys. It was way too good an opportunity to pass up. That looks like a lab technician. It was a fun one. Little prick couldn't believe it when I set the autosurgeon on him. Kept trying to get away, but wherever he went, one of my arms was there. Rip, rip. And all the while he was screaming at a little girl. He must have kept at it for, 15 minutes? It's hilarious, man, I tell you. Point out other stuff when we see it. There was one guy and I locked in a room with a manipulator arm. It was fucking classic. To hell with a trinket. Letting this bastard go would be wrong, boss. You know that. Besides which, he lied to us. There was no bad intel. This bastard is the reason things went south in that run. I feel it in my bones. What are you talking about? We have a deal. You don't want to kill him? That's fine. Let me do it. Oh, the door opens. Somebody's come in. Oh, 3 other people. Oh, they look corpo. Leader of a group is an elf with Asian features. Does he obviously have that job? Bands of corded muscle that bulge out under his sleeves have a distinctly store-bought look to them. When he speaks, his voice comes out in a gravelly rumble. My, the intrepid Dulcina with her target in tow. What a surprise. Let's talk about this. There's little to talk about. You were sent here to tie up loose ends, and said he can't catch you trying to sneak out with the target. Sneak the target out the front door. Disappointing. Not surprising, mind you, but disappointing all the same. Let me guess, our client sent you? I got lied to. The fuck sent us to check up on you. Given his recent troubles with Shadowrunners, this should not come as a surprise. No more than your betrayal surprises me. I did fuck up. I believed in him though. I believed the baddie. It was suspiciously good. I was going to see what his trinket was, and then I figured I probably wasn't going to get the money, because I figured the trinket might be in this house. I was never planning on letting him go, totally. I was going to just take him out after he'd given me the money. Yeah. What? If you kill him, here and now, I'll report that you fulfilled your end of the contract, but you must do it now. No hesitation, no trickery. You can't do this. We had a deal. Kill them instead, and you'll get everything I promised, please. Nope, you have murdered people in cold blood, and it has been confirmed. You is a big stinky. I got 1 karma. I don't know whether or not it would have... It would have probably been better to have killed them then and there, but I didn't have all the information, and it's equally possible that the other people were lying to me. Yeah. Why am I in combat? I thought I had. Sorry, mate. It would appear that you might possess some small shred of integrity after all. I've had lots of chances for ShadowRunner on this gig. Told you, I honour my deals. I said integrity, not honour. I remain convinced that you thoroughly dishonourable ShadowRunner. A woman of honour would have never allowed a target to live as long as you did. Whatever your motives might have been, honour was not among them. Ooh, I thought he wasn't a bad man. He told me he wasn't a bad man. Why? Someone in a life or death situation? Lying to survive? Oh my god! No matter. The letter of your contract has been fulfilled. The job here is done. I will inform the fucks of the omission's completion and the circumstances surrounding it. Oh well. Oh well. What a bastard though. Rip that guy to shreds. Mistakes were made. Your trip back to the cruise bar was an unsettling one. Every time you closed your eyes, horrible visions flashed through your mind, bodies torn apart by surgical machines, mouths frozen open and never-ending screams, walls coated floor to ceiling in congealing blood, And through it all, the smiling face of Thorvald Enstead. You blink, banish the visions. They're behind you now. You're on your way home. A PDA rings. The face of your fixer, Paul Amsel, appears on screen. I've uncovered some terrible information. The team is assembled at the safe house. Please meet us with us there when you are able. Now, I would like to do that, but I need to go to bed. Ooh, I've got 12 skill points, though. Now, I'm really tempted to put... Would I even have enough to put them into charisma? No, I would need like 15. What was it you were suggesting I put them into next? More wisdom? More willpower even?
Willpower and spell casting, because they're your main like damage stats.
I'll only be able to put them into one.
Yeah.
Hit chance. Well, I can't put it into the one beneath first anyway.
One to willpower. And... don't have enough for anything else. I'd say just hold on to the rest then.
Yep.
Maybe put a point into intelligence. For some spells you need at least intelligence 4 to use. Yeah, I'll put that point to intelligence. And then when you get enough, put it into biotech.
Right, it is late. Simon, are you ready for beddy? How far off? Okay. I'm not particularly tired is the problem. Well, let's see what's happening in the house. Yeah, that's fine. Step forward, the rest of your team falls silent. Amsel shifts his attention towards you. You can see the worry on his face. Dalcina, I have new info. The news ain't good. I can tell. Yeah, this is something you all need to hear. Go on, we're listening. 2 years ago, a large shipment of highly lethal radioactive bioweapon disappeared en route to a storage facility in Dresden. The weapon was designated X-15. I've traced the path of the missing shipment. It was delivered to Harfield Manor. That was where the dragon was, wasn't it? Well, that sounds horrible. It is. I've heard of this stuff before. Back in the service, we called it Doom. Never run across it in the wild. Yeah, but I've heard enough horror stories to know I don't want to. Stories you've heard are correct. This Doom is an extremely dangerous substance. I've been reading up. To this day, the story of Doom remains a cautionary tale in biotech circles. Monoclonal antibody technology is strictly regulated now. And this substance is one of the reasons why. What's it do exactly? Doom kills by destroying a host's muscle tissue via radioactive decay. Owie. Each individual Doom antibody is bound to a radioactive bismuth 212 isotope. When introduced to a host, these antibodies bind to a surface level muscle tissue. Tissue is then killed with alpha radiation. The process repeats itself until the host wastes away and dies. That's a bit mean. Jesus. I've heard that Doom was deployed in a couple of border skirmishes back in 41. After seeing what it did to people up close, the UCAS passed a unilateral ban on the surf. That doesn't tell you how bad it is, nothing will. So it's a war crime weapon, yay! Okay, I hesitate to ask, but what would a dragon want with that? Nothing good. That much goes without saying. This development worries me, Dalcina. It worries me greatly. Kieran's going to say something.
It's very, very bad. We consider that dragon immediately started attacking and burning down.
Not fond of people.
Settlements, not fond of humans or metatypes, obviously. So, what do you think it's going to do with an extremely potent bioweapon?
Nothing good. Well, in my book, this doesn't change anything. It ups the stakes, whatever theirs might be. But we're going to stop her before that happens. That was always the plan. As far as I'm concerned, it's still the plan now. I agree with Dietrich. We need to focus on what's in front of us. Whatever the dragon's larger plans might be, the fact she's after us, we shouldn't let ourselves get distracted by anything else. Yeah, I concur. For the time being, we must continue forward. And that means you must continue working towards raising Alice's fee. I'll leave the matter in your capable hands, Dorsina. When you've acquired the necessary funds and are ready to head back out to the rabbit hole, let me know. From there, we will discuss our next steps. Good. If you need me, I'll get in prep for the next run. Right behind you, love. Come on, Glory, let's go. Game lagged again. No sense in mincing words. Your job performance was satisfactory at best. The fee will be transferred immediately. Enjoy it while it lasts, because you'll never work for us again. Fair enough. I don't know if there was more than one mission for that person. Because the other mission I looked up afterwards. And the mission where you can choose to kill the mecha troll. There's never any other missions for that company anyway. But I don't know if there is for Hairfucks. Or however that's meant to be said. A moment later, a second message pops in your inbox. Your payment details. New messages. One last dividend. Screen flickers to life, and Majit's face appears. She's wearing a plastic smile. Hi again, Dorsina. I've recovered the last DVD for you, but I'm afraid it's all you're gonna get. You may as well use the rest as coasters, they're all beyond repair. If you look on the table besides the DVD player, you'll find the discs I salvaged. To be completely honest, that was a lie. To recover this last disc, I was forced to subcontract. Scotty is still a brute of a man. I'm unimpressed with his manner, and his poor hygiene disgusts me. He's very good with old things such as this. Credit where credit's due. I guess I should thank you. You got me out of that horrible job alive. I don't think I would have made it on my own. What happened on that run took everything else away from me, but at least I'm still breathing. The lodge turned me into a killer, Dorsina. Gnaws at my guts every minute of every day, and I still can't sleep at night. Innocent people, normal people, died because of what I did. And you know why they made me do it? Because they could. I don't know, maybe it doesn't bother you. You're a ShadowRunner after all. You kill people all the time. Just another day at the office, huh? I'm not like you. I can't just kill people on the job and forget about the next day. This is going to haunt me for the rest of my life. I don't know how to live like this, but it's still better than not living at all. That's what I keep telling myself, and I figured I might as well tell it to you too. Fancy reading out the last DVD for me?
Can do. Could be a long one though.
And then you play them sequentially.
Dude, your parental speed timestamp video is 2050-04-28. This is the interview. Took some digging to find it, but here he is, my big brother. Back in his prime. Note disappears, and for a moment the screen goes blank. Suddenly, the image of a news correspondent flashes on the screen, followed by a brief orchestral flourish. Timestamp in the upper corner of the screen reveals the date, August 22nd, 2012, the distant future. Thank you for joining us. We'll carry you live from the ruins of Shore Caution. The fifth host Maritime will be sacked by the DragonFall wing. Standing by my side is the head of field defense, Dr. Adrian von Clare. Dr. von Clare has been hailed as a leader in the efforts to bring down Furschwisch and end a reign of terror. Dr. von Clare, tell us about your efforts to bring down the dragon.
Why does the lady talk like that?
Killing the monster has proven difficult, to say the least. Her speed and maneuverability in the air are extraordinary. Her scales repel small arms fire, and her breath can melt steel. R&D teams have been working around the clock to devise a weapon capable of downing the beast. In the interim, we are providing material support for Luftwaffe's attempt to shoot her down via conventional means. Von Clare, why are you directing Dole defense energies to the killing of Furschwisch? Are there corporate interests at play in this? Corporate interests? No. This is a matter of human interest. Innocent lives have been extinguished at an appalling rate. I'm in a position to help put an end to the slaughter, and so I must. It is really that simple. Dr. Von Clare, you must understand my skepticism. Our viewers aren't looking for a PR statement. They come to us for the truth. I'm afraid I don't have time to go back and forth on this. Your viewers can think whatever they wish. My concern is helping the people afflicted by this tragedy. In that case, Dr. Von Clare, I thank you for sharing your valuable time with us. You're very welcome. To the viewers at home, stay safe and watch the skies. Salvation is coming. I promise. Again, that was Dr. Adrian von Clare, CEO of Daily Defense. Dr. von Clare is the chief architect of the military's current plan to bring down the dragon Furschwisch. Stay tuned for more late-breaking news on the battle for Hart's Mountains. We'll be right back.
What a fucking bitch. Like,
I know. Where's the money in this? Space goes blank for a moment. The face of green winks in the screen. 2054, 1117. Holy shit. I just stumbled on some of Adrian's old lab notes. I'm not going to say how I came across these. Some might get hurt if the wrong people watch this. But I've checked them against some of Adrian's old handwriting samples, and they're legitimate. Holy shit, this is big. Alright, okay, back up. Slow down. Breathe. He takes a moment to calm himself. Okay, so these notes, they pretty much confirm something I'd always suspected. The Luftwaffe didn't shoot down Furschwisch. I mean, they tried. They pumped thousands of rounds into the air around her. They lobbed rockets at her for months. Lost a lot of attack helicopters and fighter craft in the process. None of those things were responsible for taking her down. The DragonFall was caused by an experimental warhead, one that Adrian and his Delhi Defense think tank designed. I don't understand the science of it, not even a little bit. When I can piece together, it looks like they designed some sort of chemical/radiological agent that acts on the metagene. I don't think they fully understood what they were doing. It was 2012 after all. I mean, the process worked, but I don't know if they understood why it worked. Anyway, a warhead full of this stuff comes into contact with a dual-natured creature, like a dragon, say. There's a wedge between the creature's physical and astral forms. The body gets put in some sort of hibernation state, and the spirit is forced out. So it looks like this process can maintain that state of separation indefinitely. That's a pretty horrifying thought.
So it is a ghost dragon.
A discorporated body supposed to die in a few hours. I've heard horror stories about ghost-walking mages getting trapped in astral space, unable to rejoin their meat. I heard they went crazy from the pain. If what I'm reading is accurate, it's entirely possible the Furschwisch has been trapped outside of her body for over 40 years. Just pushes his chair back and slaps the table in front of him. This is why Adrian was always so cagey about the subject of Furschwisch. After the DragonFall, he knew for a fact that she was still alive, even if only technically. Her body crashed down the sock, sure, but she wasn't even dead. The government wouldn't let Adrian tell the public about any of this, of course. He interfered with the lie that they were feeding us. The Firewing was dead, and that everyone was safe, and that people should stop hiding in their basements and get back to work again. Privately, he always said that she was still out there, somewhere deep in the socks. I'd always thought he was paranoid, but I was wrong. He knew. So what does all this mean? It means the stories I got from the ghost rat suddenly sound a lot more plausible. It means Furschwisch is definitely alive, and that Adrian's disappearance is unquestionably tied to her survival. So it means that Germany is in deep shit. Because if Furschwisch is still alive, it's only a matter of time before she rears her ugly head again. Okay, that's enough for one night. I'm gonna go get a drink. He runs at speed. Then the air was shrill wine sound. Greenwood's face appears on the screen. He looks younger than you've ever seen him. The way he's carrying himself is clearly drunk. Timestamp on the video reads 20, 30, 30.
Oh, yeah, it does look good.
Look, Adrian, I understand you. Lord knows I do. But you gotta drop this dragon fixation. People are starting to talk. The camera cut and you find himself looking at young, handsome Dr. Adrian Von Clare. There was a slight smile on his face. Oh, they're talking, are they? What a terrible shame.
I don't think that man's handsome at all. Still looks old.
Damn it, Adrian, this is serious. You're a public figure. You lose everything if you don't keep these ridiculous fairy tales to yourself. I mean, my theories are not, as you call them, fairy tales. Dragons are real. I saved Germany from one, have you forgotten? No, of course not. Everyone knows that you killed the Firewing. Stopped, not killed. Fine, stopped, whatever. Sets the bottle at the table in front of him, drains it and drops it to the floor. Call it whatever you want. But Adrian, you're the only one who's still obsessed with the damn things. There aren't that many of them, and they're not taking over the world. And Claire's voice is quiet, soft, such as the cry of a cancer patient, unaware of what's killing him. I'm fine, not to worry. I'll smoke another cigarette. What's the harm? He doesn't see what's happening, but he winds up dead all the same. Grimwood snorts. Now he just went maudlin. Look, maudlin? Look, Adrian. And Claire shakes his head, his smiles have disappeared. You'll mark my words, Hermie. In 5 years, corporations, even countries will fall to these creatures. And the worst part is, nobody would care. Oh, people would tut-tut about it. There may be a protest or two, but nobody would actually do anything to stop them. The immortal, all-powerful, utterly pitiless reptiles will seize more and more of our power, wealth, and territory. And we, foolish, short-sighted mortals, will never get it back. And he was right. Goodings chuckles uncomfortably, raises his hands in the air in a scrupulating gesture. Come on now, Adrian. And Claire talks over his brother's interruption. We could solve the problem. Of course, but we as a species are unwilling to invest our energies into problems that aren't staring us right in the face. As it was with climate change, so it is with the dragons. I've accepted that. But you can't ask me to not stop caring about it. Winter shakes his head. You're hopeless, Adrian. Fine, by all means, keep caring. Just keep your conspiracy theories to yourself. I'm telling you this for your own sake. Yes, Hermie. You're right, of course. I mustn't jeopardize my credibility with the masses. Winter's expression turns serious, his voice lowers. It's not just his credibility I'm worried about. Talk is talk, but sometimes I worry that you're really going to go back to the socks. Hermie, please, big brother, just drop all of this. Stop hunting the Firewing and start living your life again. You won't do it for yourself, then for Christ's sake, do it for me. Alright, Hermie. I'll try. Track 4. Myself as he had disconnected a few seconds later, screen fills with text. User Jolly Green Winters, last active, 1st of the 1554. Human, Caucasian, muscular, age 50. Looking for female.
Oh,
Human, elf, dwarf, athletic, 25 to 30. I'm a fun-loving guy as a great listener. I love hiking, clubbing, and all kinds of pets. I'm looking for a cute, funny, adventurous girl down to party. I don't respond to profiles without pics. No orcs, no trolls. Sorry, ladies. Disgrowls again, you find yourself staring at the main menu.
I like the humour they put at the end of that.
Yeah.
Dragon's real, but she's like a ghost or some shit?
It's separated from her physical body. Her physical body is still somewhere in a radiated wasteland. And God knows what her spirit's doing. But clearly she's either rejoined to her body, or her spirit's able to do shit from the beyond. I mean, dragons are immensely powerful.
Yeah. It's a little bit scary.
How are you going to kill something that, like,
isn't alive?
And it's they threw thousands of missiles and rounds at it, it did nothing.
Did fuck all. Haven't really thought about that, to be honest. Don't think it's going to work. You heard of an organisation called the Lodge? Boss, do you mean the Black Lodge? I don't know. Lodge is all I heard. Let me describe them to you, and you can tell me what I'm saying fits. Shadowy, powerful, secretive as hell, deep pockets and a penchant for hiding the truth. They conduct all of their business through dupes and go-betweens. Sound about right? Yep. Well, if that's them, and whoever you're talking about, I ain't saying it is, I advise you to stay away from them. Stay far, far away. Interesting that I found out halfway through the mission. I didn't know who they were beforehand. Whatever you do, don't take their money. If you do, they'll own you. I have some bad news. If you're about to say what I think you are, don't. I don't want to know. The story is the Black Lodge is the mother of all conspiracies. In my defense, I didn't know until I was already balls deep in the mission. Supposedly, they've been around for hundreds of years. They've been practicing magic since well before the Awakening. Impossible, I know, but I believe it. Have you heard of the Masons, the Knights Templar, the Belvarian Illuminati? They were all puppets of the Black Lodge. None of them knew who they were working for, but the Lodge was there, pulling the strings. Always have been, and they still are today. That's the story. Sure thing, boss. Suddenly I could use a drink. Hell of a thing, wasn't it? The run made me glad I don't spend a lot of time in hospitals, I'll tell you that much. Wasn't a single aspect of that building that didn't make me feel uneasy. Anyway, that sick bastard of a rigger is dead and we got paid. Feels like a win to me. Alright boss, we can talk about it. So I already mentioned that Berlin's punks and anarchists joined forces to fight off the racists, right? And after a long bloody fight we beat them. What I didn't mention is how I figured into all of this. I was an anarchist at heart, always have been. But at the time I fit squarely in the punk camp. I was 32 at the time. Mesa Camp was still touring, and as much as we did when we were kids, not as much as they did when they were kids, but we still had a following. I guess I got sort of an elder statesman for the scene. What? When we were rallied to fight the racists, my followers came along for the ride. Bunch of young kids full of piss and vinegar and the immortality of youth. This isn't going to end well, is it? I was full of that good old Dragon Slayer spirit. Dragon Slayer spirit. Pissed off and itching for a fight, so I led those kids in the fray. They waded into the riot right alongside me, yelling and screaming with their fists in the air. I don't remember a whole lot of the fight themselves, boss. I do remember the aftermath. A lot of the kids that followed me had grown up listening to my music. They had all the attitude, Dustina, but none of them had the magic. Youthful enthusiasm is no defense against a knife or a handgun. I left the punk scene for all the reasons I told you, boss. There was a bigger reason. I saw it in those kids' broken bodies. The road that I'm on, it leads to the grave. I've got the power to make it a leisurely trip, but make no mistake, this is where I'm headed. Those kids tried to follow in my footsteps, and they wound up sprinting ahead of me instead. Better for me to stay out of the public eye and stick to the shadows. My stint as a role model was ill-advised. Yeah, boss, I've thought about it. It's an interesting idea, but there are risks. I'm thinking it might not be the best of times to approach him about it. He's the source of my magic, remember? If our discussion turns into an argument, he could take all that magic back in a heartbeat, and then when will it be? You got a point there, boss. He wouldn't want me back down ever, not even from him. Okay, I'm gonna do this. I'll ask a Dragon Slayer about shifting priorities, I guess you'd say. Taking on some deserving organisation, calling off the hunt for something more impressive than the Firewing. Of course, a fight like that would never end. I'm never gonna bring down a corp or a polyclub all on my lonesome. Maybe it's not a bad thing. Take a lot of guesswork out of my life. I don't know, boss. If you ever had a thought about this, I'd love to hear them. Do we kill the racists? Do we kill a big corporation I haven't heard of, but it's led by a dragon? Or kill who's attacking your town? I think kill who's attacking your town, honestly, is the most relevant. Because racism bad, but at the end of the day, the Shadowrunners have only really got each other, and they form very limited ties in the areas they're in.
Yeah.
So, defend your friends and your locals. Interesting. It's a different approach, but I like it. And dragons are territorial as well, you might like that. Hang on a second, I'll ask. Yeah, I think he'd like that plan just fine. That was all it took. Dragon Slayer doesn't mince words, boss. If he didn't like the plan, he'd have told me. Well, boss, I got myself a plan. And a new target to boot. That's assuming, of course, that any of us make it through our current predicament alive. Yeah. See if the punks could... Yeah, boss. I was thinking the same thing. Maybe I could give back a bit. Fix some of the damage I caused in my misspent youth. After we finish dealing with the crisis in front of us, that is. Good thought, anyway. I'll keep it in mind. Iga looks up from a PDA at the sound of your approach. Justina, this isn't the best of times. Oh, she's worried. What's up? This. Real thin orc with jet black hair. Yuli Kozlov, but he's better known by the handle and the engineer. He's a mercenary. Spetsnaz, one of the best in the field. I ran up against him in my KSK days. It's important because he's a monster, Dosina. Where he goes, misery follows. The engineer is cold, calculating, utterly pitiless and impeccably well trained. He's also willing to sell his services to the highest bidder. Oh dear. His specialities are social engineering and wet work. In practice, he spends most of his time paving the way for organised crime syndicates to seize new territory. Sets up bribes, takes out key members of the opposition, forges alliance with the existing street gangs. All the groundwork the syndicate needs. He's extremely bad news, Dosina. My contact spotted him in Shattered Nest. It's a bit close to us, isn't it? Exactly. I've seen what the engineer can do up close. My unit tracked him a few years ago. I had him in the sights of my rifle, but I was ordered to hold fire. We couldn't afford to give away our position. To this day, I regret obeying that order. I saw what happened to the town that he was in. Softening up after the syndicate moved in. We have to stop him before it's too late. What happened to that town? It can't be allowed to happen to Shattered Nest. Safest bet would be a Russian syndicate, but there's no telling. His client list is longer than you'd expect. I know for a fact he's worked for the mafia groups inside and outside of Russia. Put in a lot of time with the Lobachevsky syndicate. He's taken contracts with the triads as well. My contacts tell me that he's even do a few jobs for Tanneman House. What do? We stop him, or rather, I stop him. I can't ask you to put off our mission for this, but the engineer has to be stopped, so I'm going to have to disappear for a run or two. Oh no, the character I never take with me! I know how important it is that we resolve this firewing situation, I get it, but I can't sit back and let this happen. I won't. I'm coming with you. Alright, fearless leader, you're right. I was going to say, there's no way they're going to have her do a whole story mission by herself. I could use the help, but the others, they can't know about this. It's going to have to be a quiet job, 2 people max. You sure you're prepared for this? You can't hold up your end. I'll be better off on my own. 2 people's better than 1. Yeah, I know you are. Grab your things and meet me at Der Winkelauer. I've got a contact who'll join us there, and he can help us figure out our next step. Hi, Justina. Gotta admit, I've been dreading this. So, now that you know what I've done, what I am, you're here to tell me off. Wouldn't blame you if you were. No, I want to see how you were doing. Not great, struggling, about how you'd expect. Kieran! I am torn between the top and the bottom one. I think the bottom one's nicer, but I don't know if because she's feeling guilty if the top one will be more effective. She did some cruel shit when the demon was telling her what to do, she just obeyed. But I stand by my belief that it was not her fault. Yeah, been thinking about this for a long time, Dosina, and every time I've gotten close to making a decision, I've turned and ran away again. No more running. I'm going to face this thing, but I can't do it alone. I'm going to need your help. That's the idea. Alright, if we're going to do this, we need to be clear on what our goal is. There are a lot of innocent people in that place. Lost street kids who get sucked in by Marta and other girls like her. Saving them won't be easy, but it feels like the right thing to do. But then there's also Harrow to consider. I want that man dead. Lord knows he deserves it, and if we don't make killing him our top priority, he might get away from us. If that happens, if he runs, he'll eventually set up a cult somewhere else, where we can't find him, and all of this will have been for nothing. We're likely to run into other complications as well, so I think we need to make a decision up front. What would you do in my place? Rescue the kids or kill Harrow? I don't think we can do both. Oh. I think, unfortunately, this is a scenario where it's better to kill the leader as priority rather than save the people, because if he gets away, like she said, he'll just make another cult. What do you think? Read the things, see what you think. I'm leaning towards fuck him up. Because he's so powerful.
Where you have to make a choice there.
I think the morally correct thing is probably like save people, but it's not truly saving people if that then means he gets away and causes even more suffering. It's the needs of the many versus the few. So I think fuck him up. If we can save people, great. If we can't, we've saved the people that he would have caught next time. Harrow needs to die. I don't want any other kid hurt or killed, but that bastard has to pay for what he did to me. Has to pay for what he did to all of us. I won't let this happen again. He needs to die. Damn right he does. It's a long drive. See you there. What choice did you make? Did you go for the needs of the many? Or do you not remember? Yeah. Oh. There's a basement. Where is Blitz? He wasn't in his usual position. Oh, there he is. He just wasn't there when I walked in. Asina, I'd offer you a smoke, but that was my last one. The building had some incredible toys in it. They were fun to see. I'm not saying I approve of how they were used, mind you. There's some pretty weird stuff in there all the same. Anyway, we did the job. Thorvald's dead. We got paid. Gonna go ahead and call it a win for the good guys. How's the girlfriend search doing? Sort of mostly speculation, truth be told. What's the deal? Is she working for the Azzies or what? I don't think so, but I do have a new lead. After our talk, I went wading into all the Az technology matrix hooks I could find. Nothing too deep, don't worry. I didn't want to set off any alarms. But I had a hunch that if I poked around long enough, I'd find something that might lead me to Emily. Sure enough, I did. A message from the genuine article herself. She messaged you? Sure enough, sent me a note. Want to hear what it said? I'll tell you. The note said, and I quote, "Lay off, Blitz. I told you to leave me alone. You've shown admirable self-control over the past year. Please don't give up on it now. I'll be back when I can, if I can. Until then, keep away from me for both of our sakes." So I found her, and she wants nothing to do with me. Again. No explanations, no apologies, just a verbal pat on the head. I've shown admirable self-control? Really? Makes it sound like I'm a toddler or something. Hell no, I wasn't going to stand for that. Why should she get off stealing from me and then acting like it was my fault? Tried to trace the message like any good Decker would. I noticed your use of the word tried. She's good, Dosina. Better than I ever thought she was. I couldn't trace a damn thing. I could keep digging, though. But, I mean, if she noticed me doing it before, I must have been close. Now, before you say anything, I was more discreet this time. I can be subtle if I have to. Nobody's noticed what I was doing, and I did find another clue. That's okay, I'm going to tell you anyway. I found a connection between Ellie and Cedar Cup. So do you think she works for SK then? She stole the encrypted data from you to give it to them? Maybe. I don't know. It's confusing. I was also able to track down some message fragments connecting her to the Shock Winner writer. So maybe she was a SK mole. Maybe she got close to me so she could, I don't know, so she could profit from my decking expertise. Maybe when she told me not to steal that data, she was using reverse psychology. That's gotta be it. She must have wanted me to take it. But then again, maybe she's with the Shockwell Rider, and she's screwing both the Azzies and the SK over. If that's the case, then maybe she was with me because she genuinely wanted to be. Either case, I should make an effort to find her. I mean, she's playing a dangerous game, whether she's with SK or the Shockenweirer. Maybe she's gotten herself in too deep. She might need help. I mean, why else would she send such a cryptic message? It's a difficult one because she said stay away for both of our sakes. So I don't know if she's been like held hostage or something weird. But we'll never know if we don't find her.
Yeah.
You're right, of course. You're absolutely right. Besides, it's not like she can send a distress call. Communications are probably being monitored. Bet she spent a whole past year waiting for me to come riding in for the rescue. Get set, Chief. You're about to witness an event. When my gung-ho personality and legendary skills come together, the whole world stops to take notice. I'm sure it does, Blitz. I can't wait to see how this plays out. I can't help him because I'm not a Decker. You won't have to wait long. I know just the place to hit. The same as technology data node that I stole the information for in the first place. Already know that I can get past the security, and my gut tells me I'll find Emily there. Thanks for the encouragement, Chief. I knew that this was the right thing to do. Of course, but you've helped to quiet any lingering doubts I had. And now, if you'll excuse me, I've got a damsel in distress to rescue. Oh, that's for... Oh, what am I trying to say? Iger's mission. I mean... I know that's for Glory's mission. But it is late. If Simon's not ready for bed, I could maybe have a bath instead. Might be a smart use of my time. Probably go to the shops and buy some more goodies tomorrow. Well, depending on how long Mum's over for and stuff.